So now let's get to the IHL board's decision. You were instantly providing input on Twitter about how you felt about it. Just kind of talk about that a little bit. I mean, what do you think happened, and just give me some more insight on the decision.
I wish that I had the opportunity to see the IHL statement, which was, as I understand, was supposed to be delivered sometime last night.
Right.
I know, very well from a number of people who are connected to the IHL and are substantial donors to the university, privy to some greater information than those of us on the street are, that there's a tremendous amount of tension between Dan and our governor. This is the IHL is a board of political appointees that operate clearly at the behest of political concerns, maybe the governor's office, who knows. But when you look at the record of achievement that a man like Dan Jones has had in the job that he has, I mean, he runs a $2 billion a year corporation. It has never been as fruitful or well respected as it is right this second, and failed to renew his contract without any explanation whatsoever. It smacks of closed door nonsense.
Are you a donor of the university? Do you donate money to the university at all?
I do. It's not significant by any means, but we work with the university on a number of different platforms.
Okay. I mean, how do you feel about that as a donor? I mean, do you kind of feel like you've been betrayed? I know, Jim Barksdale has said that it's an unforgivable action, and he's one of the highest donors at this university. I mean, how do you feel about that?
I feel exactly the same way, except with more vulgar overtones. I think there's no question that this is an absolute betrayal of trust. Something is happening that is personally driven, and the most unfortunate thing, for everybody in the Ole Miss family, is that this is going to mean a hard right turn for the university at a time when it has just begun to sail. And let me make this perfectly clear. I am not an alumnus of the university. My connection to Ole Miss is purely by virtue of having spent a quarter of a century in Oxford and coming to love this perennial underdog that Ole Miss is, and understanding why people are so incredibly dedicated, to this institution. It is a fascinating and inspiring love to watch. And I've come to feel very much the same way, though I never spent a single minute in a classroom of the University of Mississippi. I love it. But what I really loved more than anything else is watching some gentlemen, who took the reins and were dedicated to driving this institution into a place that was clearly different than the stereotype that folks apply to the South and to Mississippi and Ole Miss perennially. And the fact that we have pulled the rug out from underneath the man who was driving that the hardest, that every one of his decisions was made with the utmost of integrity and love for that institution, is nothing short of a slap in everyone's face. And this is not just University of Mississippi alumni. This is something that folks at Alcorn alumni need to sit up and think about. Southern Mississippi State. If this can happen at Ole Miss, it can happen to any one of those schools at any time.
So you think this directly has to do something with Governor Phil Bryant?
There is no question in my mind whatsoever that that's what this is about.
Okay.
I mean, the governor has a very clear agenda. It is driven by what I think is just archaic and sad, prosaic, stereotypical thinking that is the worst kind of decision making that our state could be subject to right now. When we need to take every chance that we have to make decisions to illustrate to the country that we are not the stereotype that people apply to us every day, we continue to make the same decisions that reinforce the way that we appear to them.